The gentleman yields back. The gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Timmons, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the witnesses for being with us today. Over the past 4 years, under the Biden administration and Chair Gensler, innovation within the digital asset sector has been driven out of the United States. Numerous groundbreaking blockchain companies with potential to transform our economy have relocated to jurisdictions with well-established regulatory frameworks. Meanwhile, international competitors have gained a distinct competitive advantage, while American businesses in this space were essentially dismissed by the administration with the message to simply go away. Mr. Fernandez-Dupante, as an American company, how has PayPal's digital currency business been affected by the absence of regulatory certainty over the past several years?
Thank you so much for the question. We have been in industry, we have been in the payments industry for 25 years, and we have been, we are regulated in many, many jurisdictions, and we take that regulation very seriously. So when we decided that we were going to enter the space, we went to the highest regulatory standards that we could go. We obtained the first provisional bid license in New York. We obtained the first upgrade for a full bid licensing in New York. And we obtain a limited purpose trust charter out of New York as well. So we have gone the state route in the place in which the regulation was available to us and where we could interact with the system. Definitely, there are constraints on how products are designed that derive from that lack of clarity and that lack of understanding of when one specific token would be considered a security or not. We support a very small number of tokens in our platform, and are mainly driven by utility.
Quick follow-up question. How could clear legal guidelines for digital assets and blockchain technology help non-bank entities like PayPal compete more effectively on the global stage?
We believe that as the world moves to the next generation of payment rails, it is incredibly important for a payment company like us to be involved. As the world moves toward mobile money wallets internationally and toward networks that will interoperate in each other, we see an increasing volume that is going into those rails, and we need to have an ability to compete in that international market because it is happening outside of the US before it's happening in the US.
Thank you for that. Mr. Yahem, how about for Kraken? What would your answer be? How would clear legal guidelines help assist competitiveness of the US economy?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. The clarity needed and provided by the legislation that's advanced over multiple congressional cycles, I think, would solve for a key foundational piece of this puzzle, which is regulation for centralized intermediaries. That will allow investment and growth. Now, if you look at the trend that's happened here, both at the level of the project development teams and the innovators, through to the investing community, and then to the centralized markets, we have lacked that clarity in the United States, which has pushed innovation and pushed development offshore. And it's not just the legal bills. It is the distraction of management and board and our businesses to think proactively about investing. So we're very excited for the change in tone and the cooperation, and we think that's going to drive new innovation here in the U.S.
Thank you for that. I can assure you help is on the way. Last Congress, I introduced the New Frontier and Technology Act with my colleague from New York, Mr. Torres. The aim of that bill is to provide clear definitions within the expanding and often ambiguous digital assets regulatory landscape. As you may note, non-fungible token creators and marketplaces have faced challenges for years due to unclear regulations, while countries like Japan, Singapore, and South Korea have created favorable conditions that have allowed NFT companies to thrive. I was encouraged to see a discussion draft of my bill included in today's hearing, and I look forward to advancing this important work later in this Congress. Mr. Kim, can you describe some of the regulatory ambiguity regarding the treatment of NFTs and explain why these assets need to be approached in a different manner than, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Absolutely. Thank you for your question, Congressman. It's important to clarify the non-security status for NFTs, such as artwork, collectibles, and non-financial applications. Imagine an artist looking to hire a securities attorney, apologies to my colleague to the left of me, before selling this art piece. And this is why your bill is so important. Thank you to you and Congressman Torres for your leadership there to clarify this important issue.
Thank you for that. I'm particularly interested to see how NFTs can revolutionize various sectors, but particularly real estate. I think there's a lot of efficiencies long-term that we can use the blockchain, and this legislation would help go a long way in that endeavor. Congress has an obligation to make sure the U.S. economy is the best place in the world to start and build a business, and that's what we're working on in this subcommittee, and I'm optimistic we'll get it done this Congress. Thank you. I yield back.